going to do is we're just going to march on the spot. So if you're staying on your chair, if you're staying sitting down, I'll chop my head off now. If you're staying sitting down, then just bring those legs up and down the spot. If you're standing with me, let's get those legs moving. Perfect. Up and down. There we go. Roll up, roll in. So moving those legs up and down. Again, relax the arms. Let the arms just swing naturally. Don't overthink the arms. They will just happen. And remember, if you want to make this warm up a bit harder, then you bring those knees up a bit more for me. Okay, so that's going to make it harder. Make it easy. You just take those knees down and just do little steps. Perfect. Right. If you can, you're going to stay marching and you're going to also roll the shoulders back. Okay, so we are doing two things at the same time. If that is too hard, stop marching and just do the shoulders. All right, so you can just do the one thing or come in and you can do two. But we're just trying to warm up those shoulders this afternoon. Lovely. And then change direction with the shoulders. You're going to take them forwards for me. So nice big forward circles. Remember, if circling these shoulders is hard, shrug them up and down. And that's going to work the shoulders the same way. So just trying to figure out what's easiest for you. From here, everybody make their legs nice and still and just circle the arms back. Nearly hit my line. Be careful when you're using your arms, don't hit anything. So nice big circles with those arms. Again, allow the torso to slightly twist with you, and that will increase that range of motion in those arms. Perfect. Lovely. There we go. And then last one for me, change direction. Let's take those arms forward. So nice big circles forward. Really reach towards that screen. Don't knock me over though. Perfect. Nice. All right, from here, we're going to go into a side step. So you're side stepping from side to side. Now, if you're on the chair, so imagine I'm sitting, you'd be just twisting from side to side if you're on your chair, all right? But if you're standing with me, stepping from side to side, there we go. So once you've got this going, you can make it harder. And what I want you to do is, as you side step, the leg is going to cross behind. You step it to the side, cross, step, cross, step, cross. And what you're going to do with that cross, the front knee should slightly bend, so you're going to encourage a forward lunge to work those thighs for me. Lovely. If you're sitting on a chair, let me just, I'll quickly show. That hard version on a chair, you would be stepping to the side, cross it in front, side, cross in front, side, cross in front. So that's your harder version on the chair. And actually, if you're on the chair, that's going to really work your abs. It's a good one for that. So, if you're standing, get that cross. Really try and reach the back leg as far behind you as you can. The further back that leg can go, the bigger that bend's going to be in the front leg, which means you're going to work that thigh even more. Lovely. Okay, last one for me. We're going to come hand to knee. So opposite hand, reaching for the opposite knee. So this is nice and easy, she says. So this is kind of what I would call a medium here, all right? So to make it harder, get that knee up a little bit more. Bumps in the way of it, so I can't. So get it up a little bit higher. Make it easier, just keep that knee nice and low. You don't have to lift it up high. Or if balance isn't quite on your side today, keep the legs still and just use the hands, all right, and just switch to the opposite knee. So they're your different kind of stages to this one. But ultimately, get the knee high if you can, touching that knee. You're really going to start to feel those obliques work, the thighs work, the hips are going to work. It's all going to join in. Perfect. So last one. Go back to that march, just to release any pressure in the hips. From here, I think we did this on Thursday, we're going to do what's called a heel dig. So, if I turn to the side, you can see, the heel comes out and the supporting leg is bent, and then you change. All right, so it's a heel dig, toes point to the ceiling, supporting knee slightly bends for me. Never ever lock those knees. If you lock those knees, you're going to get an injury. All right, so just keep it supported. If you're on a chair, obviously still do the heel dig, but you don't have to worry about bending that supporting knee because you're sitting down. Lovely. Okay, again, we're going to make it harder. So we're going to do a pattern. We're going to do single, single, then two. All right, single, single, and two. What do you want, Tribble? Single, single, and two. Lovely. Single, single, and two. There we go. Single, single, and two. Single, single, two. Last one. Single, single, and two. Perfect. I'm just going to let the dog out. Always when you're busy, that's when the dog wants to go out. So from here, we're going to go into our leg curl. So I'm going to go to the side again. You're going to kick that heel to the bum. If you're on a chair, ideally try and get a chair that you can kick underneath, okay? And again, you'll be able to get that kind of backwards kick. So this is your easy version, nice and simple. Make it harder. You can have a mini squat as you change legs. So nice and mini, just a little dip up and down. We are going to do some squats later, so don't tire these legs out. That's your warning. Perfect. Keep it going for me. Checking on my pooch. We're going to do the same pattern as we did with the heel digs. So you're going to go single, single, then two on the same leg. Single, single, then two. So a little bit harder. Single, single, and two. Again, single, single, two. Lovely. Single, single, two. Last one. Single, single, and two. There we go. Right. Give those legs a shake. We're finished with the legs for now. We're going to warm up the arms. So, uppercuts. We're going to start with hooks first. So, hook, either arm, change arms for me. You're hooking in front. Keep that guard in front of your face. Now, as you can see, I'm leaning one side to the other. So I'm shifting my weight from one foot to the other foot. So if you can, I want you to really think about shifting that way, okay? So you're not standing static like this, all right? You're shifting your weight from side to side. Perfect. That's going to start to help you with the foundation of the other moves that will happen in the class. There we go. Right, change this into jabs forward for me. So keep shifting the weight from side to side. If you're on a chair, just rock for me from side to side. With these jabs, I want you to be punching just above your eye line, all right? So you're not punching directly forwards, you're not punching down, it's just above where you're looking, okay? There we go, I can see you all shift that, that's perfect, thank you. Here we go. All right, now I'm going to change again, we're going to do uppercuts. So an upper comes underneath, but don't hit yourself in the face. Okay, so it's just uppercut, up, perfect, but watch that nose, don't punch it. I have done that, believe it or not. It hurt. Lovely. And last one. Okay, shake those arms out. I'm checking on my dog. Come on, that's good. So from here, we're going to do our torso twist. So legs nice and wide for me. On the arms up and the palms facing down, so they're at the chest. And we're twisting round to the back. You come to centre and you change. So go at your own speed. The most important thing with this one is I want these hips facing forward. Okay, so we don't do this. All right, we don't use the hips. The hips stay still, and it is your torso that does the work. So depending on your flexibility in the back will depend on how far you can get round. If you have any sort of back niggles or problems, then probably don't push it to your limit. Just go to what is comfortable, okay? You know your body better than I do. Perfect. All right, drop it, come back to centre. We're going to do a lovely arm sequence. I believe you might have done this one last Thursday. It was a new one that I'll introduce. So, first thing I want you to do, hands come out to the side for me, and you cross down and up. So it's a cross down and up to the side. There we go. So again, think about your speed. Doesn't have to be fast. All right, it's just nice and controlled. I keep hitting my wall. Nice and controlled. Lovely. Now the arms come up to shoulder height for me. So we're not high up here, we're shoulder height. Perfect. There we go. And you should be able to see your hands in your peripheral vision. If you can't see your hands in your peripheral vision, then bring your arms slightly in front so you can see them. Because if you can't see them, what we're going to do is the back does this, and that's not what you want. Okay, you want a nice straight back. Lovely. Now change so the arms go above the head. Lovely. So cross up, side. Cross up, side. There we go. We've got it. We have got it. There we go. So again, remember shoulder height with those arms. Now change again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down, side, up, side, down, side, up, side. So you're going to do one of each for me. Just keep changing. Again, you don't have to stick with my timing. You can go slower. Completely up to you. There we go. There we go. We've all got it. You're all waving at me, so I'm assuming you've got it. Lovely. And last one down. Last one up. Bring those arms down. Now just circle up those shoulders. What I want you to do is I want you to clench the fists and keep them to the side of the body for me. You're going to bring one arm up. You're targeting the opposite shoulder. You bring it down. And you're just going to keep changing. So you're targeting opposite hand to the opposite shoulder. Now this will feel nice and easy because we don't have any weights. So if you're going to do this again at home, grab something to hold on to, and it will really help build at the muscle. But it's also a good one, because we're going across the body with the opposite hand, you're going to start triggering pathways in the brain that will start developing those coordination skills that Parkinson's does attack. So it's a good one to just to practice over time, just to keep those skills up. Lovely. One more of each hand. Now to reverse this, if you're going to do this one at home, I'm just going to lift my screen up so you can see, and I'm going to do it to the side. To reverse it, you would hold the hands together for me, above the head. Now drop them behind and lift them up. So it drops behind and up. There we go, nice. So again, so this is the reverse exercise for the one that we just did. Okay, so always make sure that when you're doing anything at home, you make sure you then do the reverse. Okay, because when you work one muscle, then you need to make sure you work that paired muscle. Lovely. Bring those arms down. I just want to show you that, just so you know. Right. So this is where I want you to use your space in your room. So what you're going to do first off for me is we're not going to do it on tiptoes. You're going to keep your feet flat on the floor, and you're going to walk forwards. Okay, nice and simple. The one thing that I want you to do is when you walk forwards, there is no gap between the feet. All right, so it's heel to toe, heel to toe. Now this can be quite tricky because what I'm doing is I'm making you reduce the base that your weight is on. Okay, so if you're finding this quite tricky and you start to fall over yourself, then you need to increase the space between the feet. Once you've gone one way, you're going to turn, you're going to push your hips back, so you come up onto your heels, and you're going to walk on your heels the other way back. All right, so one way you're walking without a gap, the other way you're walking on your heels. And what I want you to do is I want you to do it twice. So you're going to go there, back for me. So in your own time, get yourself set up. Off you go. So the forward walking first. This is with no gap, if you can, between the feet. Think about your posture here. So if you're concentrating, you're looking directly down, you're going to start to hunch those shoulders. So think about looking down, but at a diagonal. So it's not a direct look down, it's kind of at an angle, and that will just correct your posture in the shoulders for me. Okay, so it's really something I want you to focus on. Now, if this is too easy, in your head, I want you to count backwards from 10 in twos. Okay, so you need to know your 2 times tables. From 10, count backwards in twos. And because you've added a task to what you are doing, it's going to make it harder. Once you've done that last one, just come into the screen so I know that you are ready for the next challenge. And then I'll explain. So from here, I'm going to do it this way so you can see. You're going to do a little step cross sequence. So you're going to step to the side, cross in front. Step to the side, cross behind. All right? So your pattern is step, cross in front, step, cross behind, step, cross in front, step, cross behind. And again, use your space. You're going to do it there, and back. So step, cross in front, step, cross behind. Remember, you make it harder by reducing the space between your feet. So the bigger steps you take, the easier it is, okay? If you've reduced that space between the feet and you're still finding it easy, I will show you a harder version when I get back here so you can see. So your harder version now, you're going to come up onto tiptoes and do the same pattern. Step, cross in front, step, cross behind, but on tiptoes. And again, that changes your centre of gravity and it changes where your feet go. All right, so that's your hard version. It This takes a lot of brain power, so if you feel exhausted after this, that is normal. My straight lines are all over the place. And when you've done that one, come back into the screen for me. Your next one, while waiting for everyone to finish, is I would like everybody to grab a chair that you can hold onto for balance, please. You can do this without a chair if you feel comfortable with your balance, but just have there as security for me. We're going to do 2 more exercises. Then we're going to have a little bit of a drink and a break. And I'm going to come back into more of the harder, the Pilates stuff. Sorry, someone just tried to ring me. Mr. Ernest, Barbara and Tara, Mr. Hoggett just tried to ring me for some reason. So I don't know what John's up to. He's doing it right there with me. Right, so what we're going to do is on your chair, I would like you to have one hand, so if you can, either face the side so that your chair is on one side, or you can, if you also want to, turn to the back so you've got both hands on the chair. So it depends on how comfortable you feel. You have the option for just one hand, or you have the option for 2. Okay, so that's your kind of comfort zone. First thing I want you to do is everybody come up onto a full tiptoe for me. So full tiptoe, your max limit. Now come down to halfway. So again, notice where your halfway is. And then come down to a hover. So you're just off the floor. So you're not fully flat, you're just off it. And now come down for me. So they're the 3 stages that I really want you to think about. So you're going to have a full tiptoe, a halfway, a hover, and then a down. Okay, so you're going to really notice the difference. So what I want you to do is we're going to work through these together. So come up to halfway, then come up to full. Now go halfway, and then hover. Again, halfway, full, halfway, hover. Again, halfway, full, halfway, hover. Lovely. Again, halfway, full, halfway, hover. Last time, halfway, full, halfway, now come down. So you're going to feel that in your calves, okay? To release that strain, you just walk through the heels like so, okay? Just walk it through, the muscles will relax and that will stretch it out, okay? That's a really good one. We're going to change that slightly. So what we're going to do now is you're going to come up to full tiptoe. You're then going to bend your knees, keeping on a tiptoe. You then put the feet down and come to standing. So you go up on the tiptoes, knees, heels down and up. Lovely. Up onto tiptoes, knees, down and stand. Lovely. Keep it going. Up, knees, heels and stand. Again, up and knees, heels to stand. Again, and up. Knees, heels, stand. One more. Up, knees, heels and stand. Now, for those of you, again, walk through if you need to. For those of you who've done this before, what we normally do now is we do the same thing. So we go up, knees, heels. Now we keep bent. What we normally do is we take that leg back and we go into a lunge. Today, we're going to do what's called around the world. So, I'll explain. We're going to do the same sequence. You're going to come up, you're going to come knees, you're going to go heels, you're going to stay bent. You're going to put that leg forward and you're going to dip and you're going to come back in. We're then going to step it to the side. You're going to do a squat and we're going to come back in. You're then going to do it to the back, dip and come back in. So around 12, because we're making this sort of circle as we go around. So there are the 3 leg changes that we're going to do. All right, I'm going to talk you through it, so don't worry. So let's start. We're going to come up onto those tiptoes, bend those knees, keep the heels down, keep the knees bent. Step it forward and dip. Come in for me. Perfect. Again, up onto heels. Bend the knees. Put the heels down. Step to the side. Lovely squat. Bring it in. Up again. Tiptoes. Knees. Heels. Take the leg back. Then dip. Lovely. If you're facing the side, I want you to turn so you're facing the other side, because now we're going to work the other leg. If you are facing your chair, you don't need to move, okay? So the same sequence and those same leg patterns, all right? So we go. I forgot then. Tiptoes, bend those knees, heels down, take the leg forward, dip it, bring it in, and we go. Tiptoes, knees, heels, step to the side, into a squat, bring that leg in. Lovely. Again, tiptoes, knees, heels, leg back, dip, and in. Awesome. Right, the last one, we're going to get a little drink. This time, we're going to need to sit on our chair. So, let me do it to the side. Here we go. So, what we're going to do, there's going to be different stages to this one. So, this one really is focusing on if you have difficulty getting in and out of a chair, this will really help you, okay? So, the first stage of this, so your easy option, is all I want you to do is your hands go underneath your chair, or you can put them on under the thighs, it's wherever you feel comfortable. And all you're going to do is you're going to push up and then down. So you're going to have a nice rock here, okay? So it's a rocking kind of motion. You're here. Now what's really important, this goes for everybody, it doesn't matter what stage you're going to do, this is for everybody. I want you to think of, I'm in the room with you, all right, and you're going to pretend that I've got a bit of string and I've put it on the top of your head, okay? So if you're got my hair on your head, then just pretend you have. So you're going to pretend that I've got a bit of string here, and what I'm doing is I'm pulling it up from that bit of string, and then what that means is rather than when you get off the chair, rather than you feeling that you have to do this, which is hard, you're going to use your head to get you up, all right? And really think about using this massive, your skull, the brain, everything. It's that gets you up, not a push down to come up. It's the head. So think about that rock, and you're going to be here. So that's my first stage of this sequence. Okay, that's the easy stage. The medium stage is you're going to push all the way up to come all the way back down. Okay, so that's your medium stage here, and you'll see the arms can come into place. If you can, keep the arms going rather than put them on the chair. All right, and that's really going to help that momentum to get up. Your hard version here is you're going to do the same thing as the medium. You're going to stand up, you're going to hook underneath the chair, you're going to lift it, pop it down, then sit. So on the hard version, you probably won't come up to a full stand because you need to grab that chair. So again, so your hard version is you'll come up, hook underneath, pick it up, pop it down, and sit. And then you do it again. Up, lift, down, chair. Now, if you don't want to lift your chair, but you would quite like to work the arms, get some weights. So what you would do is you would come to a full stand, weights in hand, and then sit. Okay, so you come up, Weights up, weights down, sit. So that's if you've got weights at home, all right? You don't want to lift the chair. So choose your option. We're going to do 5, okay? And that's it. 5, and then we're going to have a little break. So get yourself ready. Think about what option you're going to do. It's completely up to you. I'm doing the hard version, okay? So just bear that in mind. So 3, 2, 1. Here we go. First one. Lovely. And we're going to go again. Second one. So go in your own time. You don't have to follow me. I'll try and keep count. I can't promise anything in my brain in a minute. I think I've done 3. We've got 2 more. So remember, think about where you're going to be. Think about what version you want to do. I'm going to do my last one. And then sit. Perfect. All right. Once you've done those 5, grab yourself a little drink. For the next section of the class, you will still need that chair, so just keep it near you for me. But just have a minute, have a drink. I need one. My excuse me for a break. Oh, it's chucking it down here now. It's horrible and grey. Is everyone all right so far? Everyone's happy? Everyone all good? No one's killed over on me? We're fine. We're all fine. Right. Okay, so this next section of the class, we're going to do a bit of stretching. We're going to work on that core, but standing up. And we've got some concentrated movement to increase range in our hips. So I think most of you have done that sequence. And we've just got a few kind of balance tests, which are always fun. So the first thing I would like you to do is, there we go. So I think we may have done this in a previous class, but I'm just going to go over it again just because it's really important with the technique. If you all have your hands by your side for me, I'm going to do it to the side so you can see, but if you want to obviously stay facing in the front, you can. You're going to lift, one arm goes up. Now, the direction of the hand is the palm facing into your side for me, and it's the thumb that leads my hand up. All right, so I'm going to go above my head. The other hand, or your palm facing out, and it's going to go the other way. So you're going to have a nice, it's called a two-way pull. I'm just going to move my, you all look like Superman, that's quite funny. So you all that thing. Perfect. And then you're going to change. So the hands cross and you change. And you're really stretching the back. Now, what I will say on this one is I want you to start thinking about your breaths and keep going. I'm just going to move my screen back down. So, as you breathe in, your arms change direction. As you breathe out, you go into the stretch. You breathe in, change direction. You breathe out as you go into that stretch. So we are all going to be at different times depending on our breath, okay? So some people have nice long breaths. Some people breathe from their chest. They have quite shallow breathing. What I want you to try and do is I want you to, if you breathe here, so you have quite short, shallow breaths, I want you to encourage the breath to come right from under the tummy, so you're really increasing your breath, and the capacity, and it will really increase the lung capacity as well. So really focus on that. So it's kind of Pilates is very much a cross of, we're doing Pilates, but it's a cross of yoga, cross of kind of aerobic style. So it's quite a lot of different styles in one. Now make this one your last stretch. When the hands change this time, bring them into the center in what we call our prayer position. Push the hands together and the elbows then should stick out for me. Lovely. Now from here, we're still working with that breath. As you breathe in, I want you to start to change. Now we're keeping the hips forward and you're just twisting from side to side. Again, that breath is used. Breathe in to change. Breathe out as you go round to the side. Really important to use the out breath on a stretch because it will mean that you can get further round. So when we're at the end of the class and we're stretching, if you want to get a bit further down in your stretch, you need to take a big breath in, and then as you breathe out, you go into the stretch because it will really, that breath out will relax the muscles. Now from here, the same motion, but hands down to the side, and I want you to use the hips. So the hips can now turn with you. The arms are nice and loose, and what will happen is they'll automatically start wrapping around the body, okay, and that's absolutely fine. Let them go, all right, nice and natural, nice and loose, hips move. You keep the feet on the floor though, so don't lift up those heels. Keep those feet nice and flat. This is a nice free move for that spine. And then bring it to center, nice and still. From here, I'm just going to turn so you can see, we're going to come into some squats. Now, important with the squat, I would like you, as you squat, your arms come up and then they come down as you stand. So they're going to come up and down. And as you're doing this, you're going to think about those hips are going to push back to stand. Push those hips back. Lovely. Like that. Well done, everybody. Looking good. Lovely. So push those hips back. Remember, it doesn't matter how deep you go in the squat. I now can't get very deep. This one's in the way. I have to have my legs wider. Perfect. Let's be careful how far I go with this pregnancy and doing these lessons for you, because I might trigger myself into an early labour. Alright, from here, as you now come standing on your next time, I want you to come on tiptoes. So I'll just show you what I mean. I'll tip my screen. So I'm going to go down into my squat. As I come up, I'm coming up onto my tiptoes. So what you will find with these arms, bring them behind you slightly, and that will counterbalance you on your tiptoe, okay? Bring the feet back down flat, then go into a squat, and again, up onto tiptoes. Feet down, then go into a squat. So really important that as you, before you go into a squat, your feet must be flat on the floor, okay? So, down into a squat, come up onto tiptoes. Lovely. Down into a squat, up onto tiptoes. There we go. 2 more. Onto tiptoes. Last one. Beautiful. All right. Just your calves, legs. The last thing we're going to do, and then we've got a nice cool down, is have a chair if you need it. I keep chopping off my head today. So have your chair if you need it. We're going to work on the hips. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, because we're going to work obviously both legs, I'm going to do one leg standing, then I'm going to do the other leg sitting. So if anyone's sitting, you can see the kind of version on the chair. Okay, so if as I'm moving up and down, you don't need to move up and down, okay, just me. So the first thing I need to do is everyone bring up their leg for me. Working on the ankle only, I need to point and flex the ankle, okay? So it's a point and flex of the ankle. So you can have your knee bent, you can have your leg straight, does not matter, it doesn't need to be high off the floor, it's just a point and flex. Lovely. All right, from there, bring that foot down, change legs, the same thing. Other leg, pointing flex. It might help if I bend my screen so you can actually see. So stay standing. If you are standing doing this, you do not have to sit on the chair. I'm just doing it to show you as an example. But if you prefer to stand, stay standing. So pointing and flexing the ankle. Perfect. All right, change legs again. I'm going to stand. I'm going to show you what you're going to do. You're going to bring up that knee. I want it at 90 degrees now if you can, or at least, so you can have it high or you can have it low, okay, it doesn't matter. And what you're going to do is you're just going to swing the leg, but from the knee only. So if I come to the side, it is just my knee that's working. My hips are still, so I'm not doing this, okay? It is just my bottom half of my leg that's moving, nothing else. It's just my knee that's working here. Remember this supporting leg, if you're standing, just bend the knee for me slightly so you don't lock it, okay? Keep it nice and soft. Lovely. All right, and pop that leg down, change your legs for me. So the other leg, you're going to bring it up and then swing it again for me. Just the knee, the hips are still. There we go. So if you're sitting, this is your version, sitting nice and easy. Remember, don't slouch back on your chair, keep posture nice and straight, keep it up. Lovely. Okay, other leg, your next version here is you're going to lift it up and you're going to take it in circles. All right, so it goes round in circles for me. Okay, there we go. Remember, the higher the knee, the harder it's going to be. Really opening and working that hip. And then reverse it for me, please. So now you're going to go the other way with your circle. If this is really tricky, okay, and it can be for some, pop the leg down, have the toe on the floor, the heel up, and you twist the knee in and out. And that will still open and close the hip. All right, other leg, I'll show you sitting. Stay standing though, if you're standing. Lift up that leg, let's circle it round. Perfect, there we go. Remember, the higher the knee, the harder it's going to be. Keep it low and take the pressure off the hip. If it's too much, change direction for me. Other way. Looking really nice. Remember to breathe, don't hold your breath, don't tense. I know it's hard, but just relax if you can. Perfect. All right, last time I'm going to change. So other leg. You're going to bring that leg up into a 90-degree angle, and you're going to open the hip, and then you're going to close. So you're going to open it out to the side, and then you cross it over the other leg. Okay, so it's slightly, if I come here, it's slightly going to cross my body as it closes. All right? So an open and close motion. And again, we're still working that hip. Bring the knee down, remember, and it will be an easier version for you. Lovely. And then change the leg, change direction, change the leg. Last time for me, so again, I'll do the last one, sitting down to show you. Bring up that hip, and you're going to open. Now, when you're sitting, you'll just bring it so it comes next to the other leg. Okay, so don't cross it over. You're just going to open it and bring it in. Open it and bring it in. If you're standing, you'll have a slight crossover when you close because you're standing up. So it's an easier version to do that for you with standing. Lovely. All right, and then bring it down. Now for our stretches, if everyone can grab their chair, come closer. So if everyone can grab the chair for the stretch, that would be amazing. And we're going to come, John, I think Mr. Hoggett's coming in. You're a bit late, John, you've got 10 minutes left. Right, so let's just do our stretches to finish. So what I want you to do is feet out in front. I'm going to do it to the side actually so you can see. So feet out in front and keep the feet flat on the floor for me. Okay, so nice and flat. Hands up on top of the thigh, and I want you to slowly work your way down towards the toe. Okay, go as far as you feel comfortable. Remember, use your breath. On the out breath, try and get a little bit lower. I can't go low now because I've got a little one in the way. And then slowly come up. Make sure the head's the last thing to come up. Now, heels down this time. The toes are facing up to the ceiling. The same thing. You're going to go down the leg and you're going to try and get hold of those toes that are pointing up. And that stretch you should feel in the calves for me. If you want to go a little bit further, then you're going to hook behind the toes, the ball of the feet, you're trying to go. And if you're really flexible, you can try and get down to those heels. Lovely. And again, come up nice and slow. I'm going to change one more time to make those feet nice and flat for me. And you're going to go down all the way if you can. Relax the head, so don't strain the neck, just get it nice and relaxed, flop over. And then again, up you come through the spine. Changing one more time, heels down for me. Down you go again. Hold on to those toes. Lovely. And again, relax the neck. Just really use your body weight for this stretch. Awesome. And then coming up, I'm just going to turn my chair to the front so you can see. So we're going to do what we did at the beginning, and we did our torso twists. This time they're going to be static. So your opposite hand, we need to hook underneath the thigh for me. The other arm goes behind the back of the chair, and you're going to look over your back shoulder. And a really nice torso stretch here. So don't bounce, don't sway, just keep it nice and still. And then change for me, go the other way. So hook underneath, hook over the back of the chair, look behind you. Lovely. I'm going to do one more each side. So again, hooking underneath, over the chair, look over that shoulder. And then one more time. Underneath, hook over, look over the back. And then come into centre. We're just going to do those arms for me. So we're going to have one arm across the body, and I want you to hold on that forearm and pull the arm into you, okay? So a nice big sort of stretch out of the arm. Just don't hold on to any joints for me. So avoid the elbow, avoid the wrist, holding on to the kind of bony, fleshy part to be scientific. And then change. So the other arm across. Oh, all right, I can't fill it in. So this is where I'm going to be wonky. So just hold on to the forearm. Pretend I'm pulling in. I'm being naughty. I'm twisting. Don't twist. But that's what you're looking for. Ouch. My arm's going to write for all this. Lovely. Right, to reverse it then. So up onto the shoulder for me. Hand on the elbow and pull it over. I'll see if I can do it the other arm. This would be funny. So let's change. Let's go one arm up. Oh, I'm there. And then onto the elbow and pull it back. There we go. We've got it. Perfect. And bring it down. Let's just finish on our heads for me. So looking to one side, you're going to come to centre, and we're going to look the other way. And then again, come to centre, look at the other side. One more time, change for me.
Are we starting now?
No, this is the cool down. You've missed it. Now, drop
I've been trying to get on since 1:45.
How have you? Well, you got it up, looking up for me. I don't know what you've been doing. Looking down. And then coming up for me. all the way up, and then to centre. Awesome. Right. Sorry, John, we've done. What are you
I've only
like?
just got on it.
What are you like? I'll talk to you after. Hang on, let me just do this. So.